All right, hello everyone. My name is Timothy Lee Grant. Today I just had my online assessment with Amazon and it was pretty rough. So, not only, first question, not only was I unable to solve the question, I was unable to even understand the question. I couldn't even comprehend what the question was asking. Number one, what the question wanted me to do, what it wanted me to return, let alone how to solve it. Okay? That was the first question. Second question, same thing. Same thing. Looked at the question and just uh wait, what? Read it again. Not oh, I don't know what data structure to use, or I don't know which algorithm that I should use, and then how do I use the data structures, and no, no, no. I didn't even understand, what the question was trying to ask. Oof, oof. Either question. So, okay, that happened. It's kind of depressing, kind of. How do we move forward, right? That's the question we need to ask. All right, fine. There we go. That happened. How do we move forward? How do we take some next steps? Um, okay. I've been practicing leak code for a while now. And I remember in the past I had that problem. So, I don't know. I can't remember when I started doing leak code regularly. Maybe like 8 or 9 months ago, somewhere around that time frame. I remember looking at the problems and I couldn't even figure out what the question was asking. Right. So I had that feeling a long time ago. Now, when I do leak code questions, you guys have seen my videos. Sometimes, a lot of times, I struggle to actually implement the question or solve the question, right? You've seen my videos, that's regular. Normally, I know the question. Normally, I at least know what the question is asking. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, ideally, maybe I don't know the algorithm or the data structure, but I know, okay, well, I see what the question is trying to get me to do and what I ideally want to return. Okay, so how do we take this new knowledge that we've just gained and use that to move forward? I think I need to try to find questions that I don't know. It felt like a leak code question, but it also didn't feel like a leak code question. Mm, okay. So I'm gonna be thinking about that a little bit of how do I actually improve on this? Because I've been doing leak code for a long time, and if I was that sideswiped, then my strategy is suboptimal. I'm not doing things correctly. Okay. That's first thing. Second thing is with my projects and all of that, how do I move forward in terms of this? Because it actually doesn't matter if I'm a really good engineer. If I'm an amazing engineer, it doesn't matter if I can't solve leak code. You're an amazing engineer. You have really good skills, doesn't matter. You can't solve leak code, doesn't matter. right? Or I should say, if you're an amazing engineer, it doesn't matter if you can't solve leak code. So, should I focus on the leak code portion of things? Get really good at the algorithms, or is that where I should be putting my energy into? But then on the other hand, I feel like I am very deficient in my large scale system understanding. So, okay. Man, this I wasn't expecting to be that caught off guard. If I had just failed the online assessment, okay, well, I didn't expect it to fail by that much. And it's kind of gotten me, honestly, yeah, a little bit depressed because I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my goodness, I've been studying for this long. I've been studying this hard. Not obviously not just leak code. I've been doing my projects, learning software engineering, back end software engineering. I've been trying to gain as many skills as I can, right? So I've been doing both at the same time. But I was like, oh my goodness. I was this unprepared, this caught off guard, this not incompetent, but you know what I mean? Just like, wow, okay. Am I on the right path? Am I doing things? Am I going in the right direction? With with my projects, I can feel that I'm improving almost every day. I learn new things, right? When I do my videos and I go through the projects, I'm learning all of these concepts. So I want to keep doing that, right? I want to keep learning. And even with leak code, if I look at myself, that was 9 months ago, and I look at myself today, dramatic improvement. But how do I take this improvement and transfer it to like something real? um, so yeah, I'm making this video because just trying to document, my progress and the entire journey. And right now is kind of obviously a little bit demotivating. Um, Feels a little bit like how I thought that the finish line was here, but then it seems to be way over there, and I'm like, oh, oh, okay, it's that far away. But we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna keep taking steps forward. But whenever something like this happens, it's important to try to analyze it, think of ways to move forward, think of ways that you might have been doing things suboptimally so that you can go in the right direction next time or in the future. The comprehension of the that just gets me. Like, okay. Yeah. The other thing that I need to figure out is how do I gain experience in large scale systems? This is something that I've been thinking about for a little while now, actually, and I haven't come to a real good answer because there's only so much you can do as a solo developer. Your scope is always going to be here, for the camera. Wait, hold on. It's weird because my camera is like flipped around. But anyways, my uh, scope is always going to be small as a solo developer. And that just comes with the nature of, well, I'm not working on a multi-million-dollar system with uh, 200, 1,000, 5,000, right? Other engineers and all collaborating to build something really big. And so I need to know all of the different components of this huge system, and I get experience with those different components. I might be able to mock it, and that's kind of what I was thinking about doing. Okay, well, if I can't actually do things with, for example, AWS, maybe I can look for local, like local to my machine, I mean, local software that will act similar to AWS, and so that I can use AWS and interact with it and build. I don't know. I'm still thinking about this. The other idea that I was thinking about, and I talked about this in some of my previous videos. I forget, maybe like 3 days ago, 5 days ago, something. It was maybe starting projects of cloning other projects or other like software, not companies, but software platforms, I guess. For example, in system design interview questions, one of the things is design Snapchat. And then you say, "Okay, great." And you take the idea of what Snapchat is, you diagram the different components, you hook them up together, you say, here's my load balancer, here's the databases that I'm going to be using, right? What I was thinking is, okay, well, maybe I just dive deeper into this idea is, okay, well, let me just try to build a small scale, minimally but but functional software like Snapchat, whatever, and I'll implement my own load balancer, I'll implement my own messaging queue, and all of this. And I think that I still kind of like that idea, you know? This idea does allow me to get experience with a lot of those different components that, yeah, as I'm talking through it, I like this idea more and more. I need to figure out how to implement it. But as you guys completely know from my videos, I post all uh from my projects. Whenever I start a project, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't When I first started, I didn't even know any of these concepts. That's fine, just figure it out. So, what I'll probably do is try to do the cloning of different softwares and just see what I can come up with. At first, it's going to be terrible. Terrible. I'm not going to know what I'm doing. I feel like that is one of a really good way to actually improve your skills. It's better to take a step and fumble than not take a step. So, I want to take a step even if I fumble. So, I think that's where I'm going to be going with the with the projects, which does it builds projects. It allows me to understand the system architecture, which is something else that I don't know. It gives me experience with those technologies or frameworks, whatever, like Kafka, for example, or any of these frameworks that I've never utilized. Gives me experience with those. It also allows me to put something on my resume. But then I go back to that point. Like, even if I get the interview, even if I'm a wonderful engineer, if I can't do leak code, it doesn't matter. So, okay. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video, kind of let you guys know where I'm at, and what I'm thinking, how I'm gonna be moving forward. I'm gonna be thinking about how to improve on the leak code front, and then also figure out, okay, well, where am I gonna be going with my projects as well? Cloning. The other thing that I was thinking is maybe just do kind of like an age of exploration where I just go and I try a whole bunch of just technologies, not really doing a project or anything, just playing around with it. That was another idea that I had. I kind of like that idea too. It allows me, if I went in that direction, it would allow me to play with the concepts. And then when I went into do my projects, I would already have kind of a conception of, well, I understand this technology, therefore it can fit in here. Let me be more exact in what I'm saying. So let's imagine the scenario that I just jump right in and I say, okay, great. I'm going to design this application. That's the word I was looking for, application. Okay. So let's just say I jump right in and I'm gonna design this application. And I think I used the example Snapchat in this video, so okay, great. I'm gonna design Snapchat. Well, if I don't know what all of these technologies and frameworks do, I don't know to actually put them in. So I know that Kafka is what, like a message subscriber publisher event system. So I know about that, so therefore I can kind of know where to put it in. But let's say that I didn't. Well, then I would have no idea to actually put it into the project if I needed it. So if I did do the cloning of applications, what will probably happen, which might not be too bad actually, but I design it and I try to work on it, and then I realize I need to redesign it. So then I have to change a whole bunch of stuff around. Not too bad. Yeah, so we'll see where things lead. I will obviously be continuing to make adjustments as I gain more information and figure out, okay, how do we actually move forward quickly on this process and journey of becoming a software engineer. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you want to continue with this journey, subscribe. I would love to have you around, and I'll be making more videos, leak code videos, project videos. I'm not sure exactly what those videos will entail. Previously, they were of a certain flavor, right? Going forward, maybe I change it up and I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you guys very soon.